This podcast is a member of the New York City Podcast Network at nycpodcastnetwork.com. Visit us to listen to over 250 amazing podcasts just like this one.
Japanese street style is some of the cutest and trendiest clothing in the world. Introducing Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing and Accessories, the hottest original and cute clothing company. We offer tops, clothes, accessories, shoes, dresses and skirts, and comfortable homeware that we guarantee you will love. Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing, super cute Japanese style clothing.
This is Black Wall Street Chronicles, and back at it again. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Today we're going to talk about the ongoing accusations about constant pedophiles and creeps that is a part of the Disney organization. It's various articles that happened in the past, and article that happened a couple of days ago that talks about the nastiness that's going on in Disney. All right, so let's get started. This article comes from complex.com, and it talks about how Disney World employees among 17 people arrested in Florida child predator sting. This is August 4th, 2021. As part of a sting suspected child predators in Florida this week, 17 people were arrested, including several Disney World employees. As WFLA reported, 16 of the arrested suspects are from Florida, while the final suspect was sitting from Los Angeles. Police has stated that all of the arrested have been previously planned to engage in sexual activity with who they believe were minors. When the suspects got to places they had arranged would meet with children, they was instead met by undercover police officers who posed as children online. These are nasty, nasty people, and when we go through this, we'll understand that obviously we can't even use the words they use, says Sheriff Grady Judd of Polk County, Florida. We obviously can't show you the pictures and the video clips that was sent to what they thought were 13-year-old little girls and little boys. Savannah and Jonathan McGrew were among the arrested and had allegedly stated their desire to have a threesome with a 13-year-old girl as part of their stepdaughter role play, police said to the child. We want to enjoy this opportunity. We don't want to rush. Even if the conclusion may be, we can cuddle a little bit, adult Judd. Are you kidding me? That's how you're talking to a 13-year-old children? Both of these suspects were employees at Disney's Hollywood Studios at the time of their arrest. Kenneth Javier Aquino, an employee at the Disney Annual Kingdom Lounge, was also one of the individuals arrested. He allegedly left his pregnant girlfriend to pursue underage sex. He left his girlfriend, who was 7 months pregnant with his child, to have sex with a child. He's a Navy veteran, said Judd. That's right, he was working as a dive team or a SEAL team or some sort of special ops job. They did a background check on him and found he had friends and affiliates that were gang members, and they tossed him. Another one of the 17 suspects, who ranged from 26 to 47, was allegedly HIV positive and fully intended to have unprotected sex with an underage girl. Fortunately, our detectives were there instead of the 13-year-old child. But had it been a curious little girl, as opposed to very experienced detectives, she would be directly exposed to HIV, said Judge. That's disgusting. These 17 suspects are facing a total of 48 felony charges and 2 misdemeanors. Kenneth Javier Aquino, who have arrived at a agreed-upon location still in his Disney World work clothes, was charged with 1 count of traveling to meet a minor for sex, 1 count of attempted lewd battery, and 1 count transmission of material harmful to a minor. Most of the suspects are facing similar felony charges. That's disgusting. To think that this pedophile is on the verge to expose and child to HIV. Terrible. Disney. Oh, this is an old article. Director of Disney film about troubled teen is a registered sex offender. The director of Powder, a new Walt Disney film about a troubled teenager, is convicted child molester who once videotaped himself having oral sex with a 12-year-old actor. Disgusting. The film's released this Friday in 1,200 U.S. theaters has prompted molestation victim Nathan Walters, now 20, to go public with his deal to protest Disney's employment of filmmaker Victor Salva. On Monday night, Winters had 5 friends picketed outside the industry screening of Powder, handed leaflets about Salva's conviction to hundreds of grim-faced Hollywood executives leaving the theater. Don't spend your money on this movie, the leaflets urged. It will just go line the pockets of the child molester. The friends told his sign, Victim Slava. Writer, director, child molester, support the victim, not the victimizer. Winter's decision to go public, Disney's reaction, and the inevitable media attention all raised the knotty question of whether registered sex offenders, apart from perpetrators of all crimes, should live under societal restrictions under the completion of punishment. Disney and the film producer argue that Salva has served his time. Winter says he has been permanently scarred. His mother, Rebecca Winter, says he has been suicidal in the recent months. I can't believe it. It just makes me sick. Winter said of Salva's return to filmmaking, I'm not going to stand by. He should not be allowed to live his life as nothing happened. Salva confessed to having oral sex with Winter in 1987 while directing him in Clown House, a low-budget horror film about 3 boys terrorized by circus clowns. Salva was sentenced to 3 years in state prison and served 15 months and completed parole in 1992. Well, he paid his debt to society. Still a creep, though. California is one of the 46 states that require convicted sex offenders to register their whereabouts with local police for the rest of their lives. After parole, they face no other restrictions. Deputy District Attorney Jack Waddell said Tuesday he was quite sure Salva received counseling in state prison or as part of the parole. But police warn that sexual abusers of children are rarely cured. 1988, State Justice Department study found that almost half of sex offenders are rearrested. Nearly 20% of sex offenders commit another sex crime. Previous convicted sex offenders are more than 9 times more likely to commit other sex offense than a person convicted for non-sex offense, national statistics show. Willem Doran, in charge of Los Angeles Police Department Unit for Sexually Exploited Children, said pedophiles exhibit a very high tendency to repeat their crimes. He is in a position of authority, Doran said of Salva, and as long as he is in a position to be around kids, he's a threat to kids. He paid his crime, he paid his debt to society, called a Roger Burnham, whose Caravan Pictures made Powder for Disney. What happened 8 years ago has nothing to do with this movie, said Disney spokesperson John Trier. What's the point other than you want to make headlines? Salva, 37, declined to be interviewed. Salva won the director's job for Powder because Burnham was so impressed by the original script. The movie stars Mary Steenburgen and Jeff Goldblum are the teachers of the boy with telekinetic powers, pearl white skin, which repels his peers. The actor that played the teenage Powder, Sean Practor Flannery, is 29, but Burnham said Monday he could not directly with the other 18 and older. Rated PG-13, the $10 million Powder is Salva's first mainstream Hollywood movie. Some police who investigated the 1987 molesting said that they were incredulous Salva was working again with a movie director. It just blows me away, said police officer Gary Rivera in Concord, the San Francisco suburb where Salva was arrested. He had serious signs of being a pedophile. Salva confessed to molesting Winters while the sixth graders starred in Clown House Winters, who also acted for Salva in the 1987 short film Something in the Basement. Says his mother during the making of Clown House that Salva had forced sex on him. When police raided Salva's house, they found 2 homemade pornographic tapes, one showing Salva having oral sex with Winters. Salva was charged with 1 count of lewd and lascivious conduct, 1 count of oral composition, and a person under 14, 3 counts of procuring a child for pornography, Waddle said. Salva pleaded guilty to all 5 felony counts in April 1988. In sentences hearing, a prosecutor said Salva appeared to seek jobs where he could work with children. Salva has written children's books in 1985, worked in the Crawford Village Child Care Center in Concord. Producer Burnham said he was tipped about Salva's history halfway through powder filming and confronted him. Told him only the basics. Elected to neither dismiss Salva nor inform the entire cast of the crew. Instead, Burnham said key production people were told to keep an eye out for anything just in case. Nothing improper was inserted, Bernabert asserted. Dreyer said Disney's corporate office was not aware of Salva's criminal record. Salva's employment can prove embarrassing for Disney, whose theme parks, adored animated characters, and popular cartoon videos have cemented its reputation for wholesome family fun. Caravan Pictures is an independent Disney production company which makes movies that Disney distributes. Disney guards its reputation vigorously and judiciously, said Jeffrey Lockstone, an entertainment analyst with Sitter Cause, a Los Angeles financial firm. Asked that powder disclosure would affect Disney, Longin paused and said, "I don't know how to respond." Winters had no hesitation. It was in the making a movie that Salva molested him, and Salva essentially returned to the scene of the crime, he argues. Disney has let a child rapist walk out of jail and has given him millions of dollars to make a movie, Winters said. I can't believe it's Disney. Do they not know that he just out of jail recently? That's crazy. I actually liked that movie Powder when I was a kid. Let's see. Disney pedophile is actually a youth pastor? My God. Please note, some contain if Disney pedophile is actually a youth pastor. This is July 9th, 2009. The Farmington man charged with groping girls at a Disney World Typhoon Lagoon water park in Florida is a youth minister at Willowbrook Christian Church in Victor. Robert Dobble Jr., 51 of 1129 Sire Lane, was charged last Friday with lewd and lascivious molestation after he allegedly groped girls and pulled their bikini tops in a wave pool at a Disney attraction, said deputies in Orange County, Florida. Elders at Willowbrook issued a statement Wednesday saying that they have been made aware of the allegations involving a member of the church staff. Preliminary, we have learned that the alleged incident did not occur with any church trip or event, but apparently while the individual was on a personal family vacation in the state of Florida, a statement said. Church leaders declined to say more before finished reviewing the case. Orange County deputies wrote in a report about the alleged incident that Double crashed into a 15-year-old girl in a wave pool, pulled her in a bikini top to the slide, fondled her and pulled her to the bottom of the swimsuit. The judge told deputies she swam away from him and waited in a wave elsewhere in the pool, only to have him do the same thing the second time. The girl and her father then notified security, and they were told with a similar incident with another girl, the deputies' report said, and the deputies saw on the security cameras Double do the same to other girls. Double was removed to the pool and charged. Deputy refused to speak with them and asked them for returning, bringing their questioning to a halt. Several Disney employees told deputies they saw Double try to grope at least 5 girls. Deputies said they couldn't find some alleged victim, while the father of one refused to talk to them. Double was released from Orange County Jail in 1:21 a.m. Tuesday. A youth pastor. Andy Mack actor Stoney Welmerland fired by Disney Channel following arrest for playing a liaison with 13-year-old. Andy Mack actor Stoney Westerland fired by Disney Channel following the arrest for playing a liaison with 13-year-old. A 48-year-old actor who plays the grandfather on Disney Channel sitcom Andy Mack has been arrested for allegedly trying to online to have sex with a 13-year-old. Hours after arrest, the kids-focused Disney cable network severed ties with the actor. Stoney Westermoreland, an actor working on the series Andy Mack, was arrested in Salt Lake City today. A rep for the Disney Channel said in a statement Friday night, "Given the nature of the changes and our responsibility for the welfare of unemployed minors, we have released him for his recurring role and he will not be returning to work on the series, which wraps production on its 3rd season next week." The age of the alleged victim is the same as the central characters of Andy Mack and the young actors that played him. The comedy, created by Terry Minsky, follows 13-year-old Andy Mack and her best friends Cyrus Goodman and Buffy Driscoll as they attend middle school. Westermoreland was arrested Friday in Utah, where Andy Mack films, according to TV station KSL. Court documents state that he was arrested for investigation of enticing a minor by internet text, a second-degree felony, or 4 counts of dealing in materials harmful to the minor, a 3rd-degree felony. An affidavit filed in 3rd District Court in Salt Lake City indicated Westermoreland being communicated online with a user he believed was underage on an internet app, used for dating and meeting people for the purpose of engaging in sexual activity. Police allege Westermore had the person engage in acts with him to send him nude photos. Westermoreland also sent pornographic photos, according to the affidavit. The Salt Lake City Police Department and FBI Child Exploitation Task Force arrested Westermoreland, and then he took a ride-sharing service to pick up the person he believed was a teen, the affidavit states. Westermoreland played Henry Hem Mack, Andy's grandfather of Andy Mack. He's been heavily recorded on the series and appeared in 37 episodes. It is unclear whether the character would be written out or recast. Westermoreland has a long career as a writer, director, and producer, appearing in such TVs as Scandal, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, and NCIS, and in the films Matchstick Men and Godzilla. Oh, here's Anonymous. Mr. Westermoreland is originally from Tennessee. His father was a state representative and committed the same exact crime. After being caught, his father killed himself. But that being said, I really don't see why it matters if it was a boy or a girl. The fact that there are 4 charges against him, and this is so obviously not the first time he has done this, and he would have been caught if he wasn't caught. I will not be surprised if many children come forward now. It's a proven fact that a pedophile cannot be fixed. The one reason I've never been able to understand why they ever get another opportunity to be around children. Given the opportune time, the belief of not being caught will offend again. As for the show, it is more about Andy and her friends. I see no reason for the show to be canceled. They did just fine without him last season when he was gone for several episodes to explore the world. A monk, I believe, is what they said on the show when he returned. I must pray he'll never get the option to do anything to a child on the show or not. Hopefully the FBI has caught him trying to meet up with 4 different times, yet never actually got to do so. With his age, I can see the show having him subtly pass away. That is something that could be used to teach real-life events. Thank you, Disney, for acting so quickly and firing Westmoreland. People with monetary wealth, celebrities, politicians, high-paid attorneys, judges, etc., for some reason begin to believe they can do whatever they want whenever they want. There's something about money that causes a person to think he or she is some sort of deity. Because the sick bastard has a lot of money, he will not do any time. Just another piece of evil in this ugly world. Yeah. So, yeah, unfortunately, there's been a lot of creeps in Hollywood. There's a lot of creeps in Disney. Yeah, when you're in these places in Hollywood and when you're these places in the entertainment industry, you must watch your children. This is why Kanye West is acting like a complete nut on the internet. Because he's trying to protect his kids for that Hollywood machine that's very exploitive. All right, thank you for listening to this podcast. This is Jeffrey Frazier of Black Wall Street Chronicles. I'm signing off.